Welcome back to another Dead by Daylight video. Today, I'm going to be going over all the perks. The new perks that came out, I'm going to be going over certain things. So yeah, we'll start off with the simple thing that they added. That's really cool. The preset, you can have up to 7, which you can see I named all mine. So it's very quick. Boom, I want to go to my voting build. Boom, got to it. It's so nice. So instead of having 3, now you can have 7, which is great. The fog is very, very, very good. I like it. I mean, so many times I pop this ability, and then the killer loses me because he can't see me, and he just can't see me. This is really good. But we'll go over the perks. We'll go over Rick's first. We're on Rick. So how does this work? Apocalyptic. After unhooking a survivor, or you go through 2 chests, you're able to press an ability. And how this works is for broken pallets, any broken pallets you can build it. It's like the pallets from the advanced, to the ones that if you don't stun the killer, it just breaks and you go down because you just don't make anywhere. So how this works, it's just like that one. After you unhook somebody and do a chest, you can make a broken pallet turn into a fragile pallet. And this one only works if you stun the killer. So this is probably better off palisades because most killers tend to not even want to get stunned by pallets, or they'll just avoid it. So I rate this one out of 1 out of 10. Overall, this is for Palisade. I think this is like a 10 out of 10 for Palisades because a pallet that's broken, you can set it up. For going for Palisade, 10 out of 10. Overall, I'm gonna say 50-50. You might get a hit by if a killer likes to get hit by a pallet, it will work. If it's like a nurse or a huntress or any like a killer that doesn't care about pallets, this perk won't get no value. Next one, come and get me. How this works, after you unhook a survivor, so after the perk activates, you can use it 1 time per unhook. So once you unhook a survivor, when someone is injured or if they're in a dying state, you pop the ability, and that survivor will stand in the range within 24 meters for the next 15 seconds. They leave no pool of blood or grunts of pain, so they have iron will built in, and you scream and you can see the over for 5 seconds. This perk is very good. I think this is good if the killer likes to tunnel, and you go for the unhook. As soon as they come for they want to turn on the survivor to this hook, you pop the ability. That survivor can run off. They will leave no scratch marks, so they can run away. Cause they're going to be within range when they leave, so they're going to gain some distance, run away, and then since you're screaming, maybe the killer will go for you. So overall, this perk, if the killer tunnels, I think this is very good. Of course, you can use it throughout the game. Like once you unhook it, you can use it into. You got the perk activates until you use it, and once you unhook. So even if you're not unhooking survivor, if your survivor's in chase, you come near that survivor, you pop it. I think this perk can be really good. I'll give this perk like a 7 or 8 out of 10. I think it could be good if the killer tunnels. It's very good, but you have to be near the survivor, of course. But overall, I think this perk can be very good. I like this perk. His next perk is that's not his. Teamwork. It's called Toughen Up. How this works is when you're injured, and another survivor stuns the killer or blinds the killer, you as the injured survivor, you lose all your grunt of pain, all your no blood for 100, all it's gone for 30 seconds. If they're of course in meters. I think this can also be good yet again if you get tunneled. A lot of these perks are good if you're getting tunneled. This can be good if if you're in chase and survivor. This perk heavily is very good for palisades. Palisades and flashlight save. This perk is amazing because when you get a flashlight save, you're gonna run with that survivor. You have no blood, no thing, and you can lose the killer. So this is very good for saves. Overall, like for saves, this is like 8 or 9 out of 10. It's not gonna always get used, but when it gets used, it's kind of like Unbreakable. It doesn't get used every game, but when it does get used, it could be big. This is really good. If you stun the killer, like you as the other survivor stuns the killer or blinds them, like flashlight saves, that other survivor that got saved has a chance. He can run off. He has no scratch marks, no sound, so he can actually maybe that could save his life. He could be dead on hook. This can actually save his life. And then we're gonna go to Michonne. As you can see the Michonne. Here she is. I already have his perks for her. Convention. How this perk works? After you heal a survivor, which is very good. While you heal 1 survivor, when you are down, so if the killer slugs you, after you recover 25%, which is not that much, You press the ability button, and you get up. So if you once you hit a survivor and the killer slugs you, you can pick yourself up like Unbreakable, but you don't have to get a full bar. It's 25%. The only difference is it only lasts for you're gonna be broke, so you can't be healed, and then you're gonna go down again 30 seconds. This could be very good. This could be it's like an Unbreakable that could clutch. Another Unbreakable that you don't have to get a full bar. You recover faster with this. You can when a killer slugs, you get picked up. You can go pick up everybody else before you get slugged, or if you have exponential, like a good one in a bad, it may be exponential in a bad spot where a killer no need to check. You can pop this, pick survivors up, quickly run to the boon, you go back down, and then you can recover yourself up with exponential. This again, it's like Unbreakable. It's one of those perks that if the killer doesn't slug, this perk gets 0 value. So if the killer doesn't slug, you're not gonna use this perk. But if they do, it's great. So I will give this like overall, if it can be used like Unbreakable, this could be like a game-changing perk that can like clutch up save like Unbreakable. But if the killer doesn't slug, this perk gets no value. So overall, since you have to rely on a slugging killer, which some games you might go through games a lot where the killer slug, but if the killer doesn't slug at all, this perk's not gonna get much value. But overall, I think if it can be used right, this is like an 8 or 9 out of 10 perk. It can game change it. Everyone slug, you get up, you pick everybody up, and then you go back down. This can be a game changing perk. Yet again, you have to rely on slugging, so it might not even get value. Last Stand. This one, you only can use it one time, but how it works is after spending 90 seconds in the killer terror radius, so you have to be in this, the heartbeat and the sound, you have to be in a radius of the killer without being chased. So you literally have to follow the killer, or while someone's in chase, or you're following the killer without being seen. And once you fully do it in 90 seconds, once you vote, you fast vote, you will stun the killer for 3 seconds if they're within 2.5 meters. So those times when a perk activates, those times where you're doing a 50-50 on a vote and you vote into the killer because you lost that 50-50, that this will bail you out. You lost the 50-50, he mind gaming, you won it, but you have Last Stand, so you vote into it and you stun the killer, and if you have life, you're gonna stun him for 3 seconds, and you're gonna have life, you're gonna get a lot of distance. I tried this perk against it was a Springtrap, so he was going. It took me by the end of the game. By the time all the gens were done, I finally got the 90 seconds up, because since he had it's Springtrap, he had to add on and go out of the door, he's undetectable. So when I was near him, he was undetectable, so it doesn't work. 90 seconds is kind of crazy since it's only one use. Maybe I just had unlucky. It's Springtrap. So if you're going to get the killer that constantly has no terror radius, like you're going against Ghostface, or they're running like no terror radius perks, this perk's not going to get much value. But yet again, it can be. You also have to be. It's a minute and a half to be in a terror radius of not doing anything besides just chasing the killer. So I will combo this. I think if you're running like flashlight with background player, this could be a good perk to save your teammates. So while you're sitting there just following the killer, you're getting this up, and then you have the potential chance to save the flashlight save or pallet save or something. Overall, if you can get it, I think because it's only one time. That one-time use can be like an 8 or 9 out of 10. Like overall, if you can get it up and you vote into the killer and you have life, this can be very good. But it's only one time, so that one time you do it can give you, if you're the last, the doors are open, you vote into the killer, you stun them, you have life, and you can that can get you out. But overall, 90 seconds, and you might not even get to use it if the killer doesn't like get near votes. So maybe I'll say I want to lower it. Maybe like a 6 or 7 out of 10. This might not even get used. And if they're running a lot of undetectable perks, it ain't even gonna work. So I'll give it a 6 or 7. But when it does work, when you combo it, it's gonna be really good. Another teamwork perk, Throwdown. How this works is when you, as a survivor, me, when a survivor's injured and I, as the person, stuns the killer or blinds the killer, they gain endurance for 10 seconds while within the meters of me. Yet again, this is the same thing like the other one. Very good for pallet saves and flashlight save. Very good. You flashlight save. They have endurance. So if it's end game, the door's open. You get a flashlight save. You run out. You can't hit the other survivor because he has endurance, and then you're healthy. And this perk can be good. Is it always gonna get saved? No. Cause yet again, this one you have to rely on pallet stuns or a blind. That might not always happen. And you also have to be right next to a survivor. So, yet again, this one can be good. But I'm not a big fan of teamwork perks like this that involves like palisades and blind. Like the other ones, the healing ones are not bad, but this one, you know, can it work? This would be good for like an end game, or clutch end game, or he's getting tunnel yet again. Like a lot of these perks involve if you're getting tunneled, it's good against tunneling, or it's good against camping, not camping, slugging. So yeah, all right, I'll give it like a 5 or 6. It can be good if you get the blind, but if you don't get it, it's kind of pointless if you don't get it. So yeah. That is all the perks, and here is the patch notes. I'm not going to read them all because it's a lot, but I'll slowly, if you want to pause it and read what it is. The biggest one I'll say, the Executioner got a buff, so his range is longer, the thing is wider, and he can break pallets with an add-on. Kind of crazy. The Clown, he got some things buffed, some things got better, some things got worse. Pig got a good buff, she is faster when she's ambushing, and she's faster crouch speed, and she goes in the crouch faster, her terror radius. The Knight got a buff, I don't know why he got a buff, and all that. Even his pause, if you want to go through all that. The one add-on that got a big major change was Franklin's. How Franklin is now, this one is probably the biggest one. It's like, wow. But usually Franklin, when you hit a survivor, their item will drop, and then the time they go back to it, it'll either be at 0 or half or 20%. Now it doesn't do that. Now Franklin just drops the items, and then you can just go back to it, and it's fully charged still. It's left on what it is. So yeah, tell me what y'all think about these changes, and what perk do you think out of both Rick and Michonne is good, and which one you think, which one is kind of bad, which one's good. What do you rate them all? I would say out of all of them, the one I like the most, which I'll show you it. Let me go back to it. My favorite one out of all of them, it has to be Come and Get Me. This is the one that I'm actually able to use more. This one I haven't really got to use yet, and the teamwork ones I haven't got to use yet. Literally, and Last Stand, like I said, I literally played one game and I didn't even get to use it. By the time all the generator is done, I finally got it. Cause it was a killer with spring trap that can go in and out of terror radius when he goes through the door. So far the best perk is Come and Get Me so far. This is something that can use every game. Like this is not like you have to be slugged, you have to be in terror radius, or you have to be near a team. And this one could always be used. So yeah, tell me what you think about the Walking Dead chapter, and tell me what you think. Rate it 1 out of 10 if it's 10 being W perks or 1 being mid perks. And tell me how to map it. I haven't played the map yet because it's impossible to get it. And since the game doesn't allow you to get use the map offering, I haven't even played the map yet. So tell me what y'all think about the map. I haven't played it yet. Unfortunately, I can't use the map offering to play it. But yeah, tell me what you think about the thing. Let me know.